Okay, rude. Plane just flew by, like, right as I started. But anyways, I know that it's late, and I'm already tired, but I also realize it's, like, almost halfway through the month, and I haven't done my live stream, and that is because I was traveling, but of course, that was June, so we're not really gonna talk about it right now, but I was in Wisconsin, and maybe I could have done it in Wisconsin. My grandpa's Wi-Fi is so bad. So I didn't wanna try I tried it once before going live in Wisconsin, and that failed, like, so hard. It was literally the worst. So we're not doing that again. So I was just like, "I'll just wait," and then I was busy with stuff. Anyways, we're gonna, like, speed run it. I do see, people are watching. If you want to, you can obviously still comment something in the chat, and I will try to respond. Otherwise, you can always leave a comment, on the video later if you watch it on the replay. We're not gonna even bother with the goals again because although I did make, like, some oh, I have like, hair in my eye. Although I did make some progress, like, on some of them, like, overall, it was more like a recovery month. Like, if April kind of was, like, an emotional, like, wrench, I'd say May was me, like, trying to recover a bit, uh and like focusing on maybe things that aren't necessarily my goals, but like things that I find like comfort, take solace in, and like really trying to spend time with people. And I was really lucky that I had like people visiting me and lots of like friend interactions. So I don't feel like I wasted the month or anyway. I just feel like I didn't really make that many much progress on like my goals necessarily. So there's no point in talking about them. So we're just gonna kind of go through what I did during the month, and how, I'm feeling okay right now. Not great. We're not thriving, but we're feeling okay. And if you didn't watch my YouTube short, I did get a haircut, and it's now darker. It's dyed as well. Shout out to my aunt, who is the best. Anyways, so start off the month strong by going out to dinner with my friend, and this was actually funny because, well, first of all, look how pretty this drink is. I will show you because it's pretty. Um, but I like parked near his apartment, and then I thought we were gonna drive in his car because he can parallel park. But then we just walked, and it was like a 20-minute walk. It was fine, and then like a walk back. But I was like, this is crazy. Like we're like just walking around, and that is like the perk of if you have like male friends or whoever you're walking with. Like I definitely feel a lot safer walking around like in the evening. With like a man, which I know is like you should. Like I wish that wasn't the case, but like it just is. But it was nice because I really don't walk at night very much, so it was rather nice, and the food was really good. And then the next day, I went to a farmer's market in Pasadena, and look at this. I think I like may have talked about this already, but if I did, I apologize. But look at these eggs. Like, I'm sorry. I guess like real eggs don't look like when they're one color, but I was like, blue eggs, pink eggs, green eggs. Like, I feel like I was in a Dr. Seuss novel. It's crazy. I also got this like really amazing beef ravioli, delish, and the sourdough bread. I mean, I was just like living my life. I feel like I talked about this in my last live stream. Maybe I like did it that day, but whatever. It doesn't matter. We're gonna move on. As I said, it's late. I'm tired. I've been back to the animal shelter. I did like a double and tried to like double dose on the animal shelter as much as I could at the beginning because then the next like few weekends I was like booked and busy. I finished the 2000 piece puzzle I was working on, which that's a victory. It really took up almost the whole coffee table. So I couldn't do anything else on that table. I am happy now that the coffee table's free again. I can actually like scrapbook on it, lay stuff out because I was trying to do a couple things, like even in the early stages of the puzzle, but I like could not because I kept knocking puzzle pieces off the coffee table. And that's like traumatizing and stressful, right? Like you're like, oh my God, I've lost the puzzle piece forever. So yeah. And then another win that I got, a victory, is I did get confirmed that I got into the Rise Mentoring Program, which it's for women in broadcast, like TV, film, broadcast. And it's called Rise because it's like uplifting women. So that was exciting for me to get accepted in, and have a mentor and everything. Sometimes I feel like, I mean, I know there's a lot of industries that are really male dominated, and I feel like the film industry is still like very male dominated. And I don't know, it's just nice to, like, be in a situation where you get to interact with a lot of women, both, like, earlier in their careers like me and then some who are older, giving advice and, kind of like showing how like they like, were trailblazed away and how they can kind of, help me. They can like, I can not only kind of, stand on the shoulders of giants on their regard, but also like try to make sure that when I'm older, like help people like younger than me and stuff or like newer, also rise. So that's really nice. I feel like it's like a good cause and it also benefits me directly right now, but it's something I do try to do and like try to be cognizant of in general. Even though like right now I don't really feel like I have that much like authority or anything. Um Excuse me. It's literally only 10 o'clock. I'm like, it's so late. It's 10 o'clock, but Lauren is tired. And then I did my first offsite event with the animal shelter. And this is me and Gracie. She's so cute. Um, and I felt a little bad for her because she's a husky, but she actually did really well. She made sure she was drinking a lot of water. She was like hung on in the shade, and she did go back to the shelter a little early in the event, before the event ended, just so that way she could go back to like where it was cooler. But it was really nice to like interact with the public a bit, and all the kids were really excited about Gracie because she's such a sweet dog, and they got to pet her, and she's very fluffy. She's a husky. She's like fluffy and everything. So the only thing that like annoyed me um was that like I the thing that annoyed me about Gracie is she like I like carefully made sure she got water. I asked one of the volunteers to get water because I was like on dog handling duty, and then she like knocked over her own water, and I was like, "Girl, you wanted water, and then you knock over your own water." But I guess but then she's just so cute and made up for it. But it's like, oh well. Let's see. And then me and my friends tried to go see the Northern Lights. That didn't work, but we tried. We really tried. Um, I didn't know we didn't know they were gonna be so low. Like the first night, Friday night, we didn't know we could see them in LA. So on Saturday night, we saw a bunch of other people in the woods as well, like going to try to see the lights, and we could not see them. But it was fun. Like it was like a spontaneous thing to like try to see them. I don't do a lot of spontaneous things, like in general. It's something I'm like sort of trying to work on, but like also I have other priorities. But it was still fun to like go out for a drive and oh no, another yawn. It was still nice to go for a drive, and I still got to see way more stars than I usually do because we were by the like Angeles Forest, which was basically the closest you could go outside in the LA area where you might have a chance of seeing them, basically, because we didn't want to drive like crazy, crazy long drive since it was like again, like not planned short notice. And then I watched my friend graduate college with her library degree. Shout out to you. You know who you are if you're watching. What else did I do? Oh yeah. And then the next weekend, so now we're like we passed the halfway point of the month, right? We're speed running here. One of my childhood friends actually came out to visit me, which was so nice of her to do in my time of crisis, and just like to hang out. We did the Ferndale hike up to the Griffith Observatory, which I always forget how steep it is. Like about like halfway through, I was like, oh my God, like I'm dying. Oh no. But like we made it victoriously, we made it, and these were so fun. I wish it was like a little bit bigger because I feel like after you like schlep up there, like I want to spend more time up there. And I guess we could have watched the planet, like the show, but we didn't do that. But it was still fun, and we got to see the Hollywood sign, which I obviously see the Hollywood sign like a decent amount of my life. I mean, not like as much as maybe you would think you would, because I don't like I live in the valley, but I live and work in the valley to be. But for my friend, she was really excited to see it, which like then like made me more excited as well. Like something about like other people being excited like makes you excited too. And then I took her to the Walk of Fame just because even though plain, even though it's not it's kind of like a little cringe, I feel like at times. It is also something that like she'd never been to LA before. Like you gotta go at least once, right? Then we did the Museum of Illusions because my sister had actually given me money to go with a friend like ages ago for my birthday present. Like not this past birthday, like the year before birthday, like something crazy. And I could never find someone who could go with me at a time that worked, so we never went. But then me and my friend were literally just like walking down like Hollywood Boulevard, and I was like, oh my God, there it is. So we just did it, and it was actually like way. I mean, I thought it'd be fun, but it was actually like more fun than I anticipated. And I definitely like enjoy being dramatic. Like, here's me and a dino. I thought it was just like a fun time and like low stakes, which was nice because sometimes like too high of stakes, I'm just like overwhelmed. And the next day I had therapy in the middle of the day. not quite the well, yeah, kind of like the middle of the day. So in the morning, we went to the Americana to kind of show her like a bougie mall, and we did like a slight walk in we did like the old zoo loop, but not like the one that leads to like the bigger one, just like the smaller one. And then I had therapy. And then we went to the beach because she really wanted to see the Pacific Ocean, which sure I get. I don't go to the ocean that much because it's a long drive and it was long. Like there was like some construction. Oh no, another yawn. Tragic. There was some construction. Like a road was closed. So it took longer than the GPS said, but we still, went to the pier. We got some ice cream. It was nice. Admittedly, again, like she was really excited to be there, which made me more excited. And then I dropped her off at the airport because she only came for the weekend. But it was like a pretty action-packed weekend. And then I didn't do like much that next week because except for like working because one of my coworkers, she was out that week. So I basically was like doing extra coverage. I was totally happy to do that. Like she definitely deserved the break. It just meant like I was really busy at work. So between like me doing more work and then also like cleaning my apartment and like, whatever from when my friend was over and then preparing for my twin to arrive, the week kind of went by really fast. And then my twin came, yay, Nicole. And we did the Trail Canyon Falls hike in, again, the Angeles National Forest. And it was to a waterfall. And I literally thought I was like going to die on this hike, but I didn't die. We actually made it. We made it to the waterfall. There actually was water flowing, which may sound stupid, like it's a waterfall, but LA always seems really in a drought. So I really wasn't sure if there was going to be water or not. So it felt like a victory that there was water. And I looked adorable in my little skirt as well, by the way, just saying. And then we did a little chill after the hike, showered, et cetera, whatever. And then I had her take me to Castaway for dinner. I say that because it was my birthday dinner from March. She said she'd take me out to dinner in May, a nice dinner. So I made her take me to Castaway because that's like a nice steakhouse with like beautiful views of the valley and stuff. And it was delish. We went to the Getty Center. I've been to the Getty Center a couple times now, and the Getty Villa also a couple times, but it's always nice to go. I love art. I like museums. Like the grounds are nice, and I always have conveniently gone when there's like a new kind of special exhibit. So I think I was really excited about, and also was sort of depressing, like about the exhibit was there was an exhibit all about like Camille Claudel, who I actually didn't know, but I guess she was sort of like a student muse lover complicated relationship with Rodin. But I was just so impressed. Like I feel like you don't hear a lot about like female sculptors really. She was like famous for like this one she did like called the dance. And I was just like fascinated. I thought she was so talented. And I just really liked that, like female artists are getting some recognition because like she didn't get really any recognition until like after she died, and she ended up spending many years in like a psychiatric hospital. So she didn't have a great life really, like, but she made some great art, and it's nice just that that's getting recognized now. Like I just feel like so many times like women in history, like all over the place, are just like discounted, not recognized. And like she was doing everything. She like made her own mold. She did all this stuff. Like whereas like some like other people who had that level, like they would have like underlings do things who like specialized in whatever, but like they did the main art. Like she did all that stuff, and I just think that's really impressive. And I was just like honored to learn about her, basically. And then on Monday, which was Memorial Day, we went whale watching because that was my present to Nicole, take her whale watching. And we saw a bunch of dolphins, and we also saw a fin whale, which I was like, oh my God, excited about. Now, I wish, now, when I say we saw a fin whale, like we saw the back of the whale, but it's still a whale. Like, 1 second, where's like a good photo of the whale? Where's like the best whale photo? That's a bird. Give me a second. I should have like prepared. The problem is I was gonna say I should have prepared this, but it's like hard to prepare like one photo when we were also looking at like other stuff. Okay, well if I ever find the whale, I'll just show you like a worse photo. It's just like a little sad, but okay. That's the whale. That's like the blowhole. Oh, wrong side. That's the blowhole of the whale. And then there's the whale's back. So did we see like a tail or a head? No, but we did see the back. And that is still more whale than I've ever seen like out of a zoo or an aquarium and like beyond a dolphin. So I was excited. I was happy about it. Nicole was excited about it. Like we were like we went whale watching and we watched a whale. That's a victory. And then the aquarium was also really fun. I always like aquariums. I mean, I like animals in general. Like I like zoos, I like aquariums, like whatever. Give me the animals, I will be there. And the day got really nice. Like when we went in the morning, it was kind of cloudy, overcast, which may have worked in our favor because even though then it was sort of gray and like the pictures, the boat didn't get too hot. Versus it may have been like, oh my god, like it's really hot out on this boat, like later. But then when we were like walking around later and we got lunch, it was like sunny and it was nice. And we saw the sea lion show. We actually saw like every show. We saw the sea otters, we saw the sea lions, we saw like a special feeding of these random fish that like would spit on the glass wall and like the food would fall into the water. I was like, wow, there's a lot going on here. Um, so it was just like a really good day. And then she stayed like the rest of the week, and we mostly like watched Barbie movies and played Endless Oceans, like when I wasn't working, basically. And then on the 31st, we both went to Wisconsin, and that's where my month ended. And I know you may be like, Lauren, I feel like you really ran through it. It's like, because I did. It's because I did. Because I'm tired. All right, it's now 10:20 ish, and I want to get ready for bed, and I want to go to bed. I have therapy tomorrow morning. Like, I'm ready for bed. So I just want to say thanks for bearing with me. I know it's been like a time to be alive. I mean, it's always a time to be alive, but it's a time for me to be alive. And it's, for my beloved audience, it's a time for you to stick with it. So I appreciate you a lot. And I'm not giving up on the universe. Okay, enough said. I'm going to get ready for bed now. But if you like this, give it a like. Comment down below what you did in May. I know it's already halfway through June, but like, what did you do in May? And I will see you next time. Bye.